Nobody pull a hamstring.
Yeah, my
Warm your butt cheeks up. Warm up your butt cheeks.
Cut there.
Copy that.
There you go. Here, come. Yeah.
I broke it.
Ew.
No, Brad, you had it. All right, here we go.
The thing about time travel.
I can't believe I made a whole movie with this thing on.
Yeah, does it look cool or doesn't feel cool, but if it looks cool, that's what matters.
Do you have any idea what's coursing through my veins right now?
Funyuns.
Yes.
Orange soda?
We are getting the whole team, aren't we?
A duck!
Good one.
See what I have to deal with here? 10 years of this.
So this just happened. Spider-Man has left the MCU. 12 hours ago, Marvel head Kevin Feige had a meeting with Sony head about Spider-Man's future in the MCU. Basically, it was a business meeting about the production of the movie, where Disney had demanded a 50-50 share to co-finance the next movie. Sony refused to accept the deal from Disney, so much so that they flat out refused right away. According to the reports, Sony didn't even come to the table for the discussion. So what does all of this mean for Spider-Man in the MCU? Let's talk about that. So currently, Disney and Sony have come to an impasse. The deal is not yet over, or that's what the sources say. Sony didn't always have the rights to make the Spider-Man movie. Sony acquired the rights to make Spider-Man movie back in 1985, but their very first Spider-Man movie came out back in 2002. Sony hired Sam Raimi to make the trilogy. Spider-Man 1 and 2 did receive really good reviews, but that's not the case for Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 had a really good concept on paper, turned out to be really bad when translated to the movie. Also, let's not forget about this scene. After the failure of Spider-Man 3, Sony scrapped the idea for Spider-Man 4 and decided to reboot the entire franchise, introducing The Amazing Spider-Man, starring Andrew Garfield. Even though the movie was pretty decent, it still didn't live up to the box office expectations of Sony. But then, just like Tobey's Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 turned out to be really bad. At this point in time, MCU was very well established. Avengers was already out and had already made over $1 billion in the box office. Here's the thing, Sony had an insane idea to make The Amazing Spider-Man 3 with a god-awful storyline where Gwen Stacy's dad comes back to life to exact his revenge on Peter for killing Gwen Stacy. Thank God for Disney taking a step forward and brokering a deal with Sony. After months of discussion, Disney and Sony finally came to terms to bring Spider-Man to the MCU. But now these terms are in question. Disney and Sony had another sit down where Disney was to receive 5% of the revenue, where Disney refused. However, Tom Holland will still be able to play Spider-Man, but not in the MCU. Instead, he'll be playing Spider-Man now away from the Avengers in a movie where Avengers will not be mentioned at all. 2 more movies are in plan, okay? So the first one was called Spider-Man Homecoming. The second was Spider-Man Far From Home. Third, Spider-Man Broken Home. Kidding aside, I don't think people are going to be interested in watching another Spider-Man movie from Sony. People are already raging. This is what's happening on Twitter right now. Can you imagine Peter Parker without all the Stark technology? His suit is made from Tony Stark's technology, which means he can't use that suit anymore in the Sony solo movies. Sony has to make a movie without even mentioning the Avengers or Tony Stark again. Uncle Ben will die again. This is going to be a mess. But Spider-Man might not leave the MCU. Some sources say that the discussions are still going on and the deal has not been done yet. They can still do it right. Disney and Sony are still in talks. Not Disney or Sony has made any official comment about Spider-Man leaving the MCU. There's nothing else we can do but wait and speculate. Hopefully, Spider-Man won't leave the MCU. Alright guys, that's it for today. Please subscribe for more videos. I'll be uploading videos every day about MCU, DC, any pop culture related TV shows, movies. So yeah, please like and share this video if you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.